What do you make of the developments with RBL? What does it exactly indicate?
We can read too much into it, or we may read it as a normal development. I think the extension to the Mr. Vishwavir Ahuja last year was for 1 year also only, which indicated that RBI was looking at some change in the management, and that has now, at the end of 1 year, that has happened. Now that we forgot about the 1 year extension and we were waiting for, the market didn't remember that. The positive side is that an internal candidate has been elevated to the CEO position, which shows that in general the management bandwidth is acceptable to RBI, and the management personnel are also acceptable to the RBI. There might have been some reason for maybe Mr. Ahuja, Vishwavir Ahuja was there for a very long time. Maybe there were some health issues. Maybe there were some other issues where compliances and all, RBI wanted them to be slightly better, and therefore they were not finding the response to their liking. And that is where they were looking for change. But the very, very positive signal coming out of an internal candidate being given the charge of the CEO and MD is a very positive development. Banks are very sensitive institutions, and therefore when we talk about them, we have to talk about them with a lot of care, because any unfounded conjectures or rumors can put a lot of difficulty to the reposition of trust of people in the institution.
Right. Mr. Bakshi, as you said, that, these are important changes. But, how should one read into this? Because earlier we have seen that, when we saw similar issues for some of the other banks, there was cascading impact of deposits on some of the other banks. Investors were pretty worried with some of the other banks as well. Do you see this case also being like that?
No, that's where let's be very careful. From whatever is known and whatever has come out, see, RBI has, let me repeat, RBI has given the charge again to an internal person, and RBI, none of their pronouncements say that they have got discomfort. So it is very clear they have no discomfort with the financials of the bank, with the asset quality of the bank, and nor with the broader management structure or management team of the bank. That is where one internal candidate has been given the charge. So let us not compare it to the previous episodes of Global Trust or Yes Bank, because there the discomforts were of a different genre altogether and different magnitude. And that is where I said we must analyze it in the right context, and we must take out conclusions which are not creating any. RBI has not created any panic. The steps of RBI should not create any panic in this. I don't think there is a business quality issue and which puts difficulty to the safety of money in the bank. At least that is what is coming out from. If we analyze it in a with equanimity, that is what comes out to me as a banker. So let us not compare it with every situation, and every institution is different.
Mr. Bakshi, you were mentioning earlier that, it's a little reassuring that the interim CEO is someone who is from within the bank itself. Add to that, the confidence with which he spoke yesterday in the conference call, in the press conference, saying that he's reiterating the guidance, continuity of the BAF partnership, that there is strong capitalization and the liquidity position. Barring the few adjustment time that the market and the, fraternity will take, do you think, the bank will manage to wade through this uncertain time in due course?
There is no reason to believe otherwise as of now. The financials are good. Apart from if the negative sentiment that is getting created because of misreading of the RBI move, I should say, other than that, there is nothing is there to believe that the bank will not sail. The bank is already sailing well. Means if the financial ratios are good, they are not bad. And the new incumbent, what I know, is a very a banker of caliber, And that has been recognized by RBI also. And RBI, for whatever it is worth, have placed their director on the board to take care of whatever little shortcomings might be, which needed to be plugged in respect of certain areas. But from what matters to the stability and strength of the bank is the financials, and I think it's at a very high liquidity ratio. It is at a very high capital adequacy ratio. Its NPAs are not of concern. The asset book is good. So there's no reason to believe unless and until this news is misread by the markets and then snowballing, which should not be the case, because I think there are quite a few reassuring factors around. And from what I learned from the market, some big investors on the market had also indicated to RBI that they want to take a big stake in this bank. So that proposal is with RBI. Means I do not know at what stage or whatever, but those things, if they happen, it might have preceded this development. But then if those happen, they can also bring further reassurance to the market. Ultimately, as I said, banking is a very sensitive thing. Depositors and all other stakeholders are always viewing every development with caution, particularly after the happening of a few incidents in the banking industry. So I hope the news is analyzed by everybody in with equanimity and with responsibility to see to it that otherwise I feel the team is the new incumbent is a banker of caliber, and RBI has also shown faith in the management team per se.